Taurus, sun, moon, and especially rising sign. Today we're talking about the movement of the sky in February 2024 and how it influences your sign. I'm excited because this is going to be a month in which you're going to have a career bonanza. Boom, yay, you. And you have the chance to completely get rid of a long-standing self-sabotaging substance abuse, addiction, or bad habit once and for all. Let's dive into the details of this month ahead. But before we do, welcome to my channel if you are new, and to my regular subscribers, thanks for coming back. My name is Lori Lothian. I am using Western Tropical Zodiac and whole sign houses. If you want to learn a little bit more about what I do, check my description box below and you'll see everything about me, including my 2024 sale of my All Signs videos. It ends on January 31st. You might want to grab that before it's over if you catch wind of this video before then. Also, finally, I'm using astrology to help you time your best life using astrology as a navigational tool. That's my best hope for how we use astrology together. So let's start off, Taurus, and let's get going about the whole month of February. Number one, we're going to start off by mentioning the movement of planets through various signs and how that impacts you personally. Then we will move into the delineation of the chronological events of February. So first of all, one of the things I say is because you are Taurus, right? Venus is the ruler of your sign. It's very important to look at what Venus does in your life all of the time. Track her through the sky. Watch for her gazemis. She's your number one planet. She's your guiding planet. She's your helmsman. So what does Venus do in the month of February? Well, number one, she leaves the sign of Capricorn where she has been since January 23rd. And she leaves on February 16th to move into the next sign, which is Aquarius. So let's talk about how that influences you in this month ahead. While she was in Capricorn, she was with a rising Mars in January, causing a new term of agreement with the sky and you to have great success in all ninth house matters over the next 2 years. Basically, things to do with courts and judges and academics and book publishing and foreign lands and foreign shores, visas and court matters, foreign travel, etc. This is, and spiritual belief and faith. This is the area of your success in 2 years from January 27th, Mars rising and Venus watching over that rising, giving you the best results possible. Now Venus is moving, as I mentioned, on this Venus on the 16th of February out of Capricorn and into your 10th house. Now that's a career space that she goes to once every year on average, sometimes twice, and gives you a glow up in the 10th house of your reputation. So if you're a student, your reputation's soaring. If you're retired, your golf game's really great. But if you're working and you have a career or a purpose in the working world, then this is going to give you a lot of luck. So you're going to be more lucky, more visible, more popular, more successful, more appealing. You can get a raise, a promotion. You can ask for it. You may be favored in the workspace. So that's the gist of what I'm speaking to here, February 16th to March the 12th, and it begins in the month of February. Venus is going to be part of what I'm calling the Pluto power party in Aquarius. You see, there's going to be a gang of planets, Mercury, Pluto, Mars, Venus, Sun, everybody piled up together in Aquarius during the 16th to the 19th of February. And during that time, Venus, your lord of your sky, is in the mix. So you can definitely look at the 16th to the 19th as extraordinary busyness, a lot of action, a lot of changes, a lot of power, a lot of potential wealth and excitement in your career space. And it looks really positive to me. Although with Mars up there, potentially it also means some significant changes, including maybe a change of job, a change of work, etc. But it all is going to turn out to be extremely good for you anyway. It's all positive, more or less. All right, so the Venus story in your 10th house is definitely exceptional. Now, Mercury is also moving signs during the month of February. Between February the 5th and the 23rd, Mercury is moving through the sign of Aquarius. Now, the Aquarius place for him is a place of minor exaltation. And so he's quite happy in this air sign that's very cerebral. And here it's about negotiations, deals, contracts, for instance, regarding work situations, maybe renegotiating your salary, renegotiating a wage. It flows to your second house of earnings, which he owns. This looks like a raise, a promotion, or negotiating for a new job and winning the day and getting the position. If you speak in front of people with Venus up there and Mercury, your capacity to be on a stage, to speak out loud in front of others. The MC energy is very, very active for you as well once Mercury joins the fray. And again, he's coming through your top of your sky in Aquarius from February 5th to the 23rd. And on February 23rd to March the 9th, he then slides into your 11th house of good spirit, where he can bring you some exciting developments and news from an elder sibling, friends as benefactors and allies, or even new commercial enterprise developments and success in terms of the gains in your career increasing. Mercury in your sky rules your earnings house, and when he's in the 11th house, he's potentially going to prioritize your finances in terms of your money that you make from your work. But Mercury up in your 11th house in Pisces, he's in debility. He's not in his strongest place for him. And he can be a little bit about, with Neptune up there, unfortunately, I'm just going to give you a heads up, February 23rd to March 9th, possibly having friends be less than truthful with you. All right, so be cautious around the speech of friends, as there's a lot of befuddlement and confusion, and maybe even manipulation that's possible with a Mars in debility, Mercury in debility, hanging out with Neptune. So watch for that particular, problematic area. Now, Mars himself, the god of war and the god of passion and willpower, drive, ambition, heroic action, January 3rd to February the 13th, so the first 2 weeks of February almost, is finishing up his heliacal rise visible story in your 9th house. I really recommend you go watch my Mars rising video that came out just before this video, because you'll be able to dive into a deep dive for your sign. It's a very important reset that changes the direction of your life for 2 years. Now, also, he will be moving into the sign of Aquarius, where he will be in the top of your sky, meaning very visible for you and others to see, February the 13th to March the 23rd. Sometimes this means quitting a job. Sometimes you may leave a job, or a job leaves you. Or somebody in the job and workspace gets fired or leaves abruptly, and it can benefit you because Lord Venus is up here cheering you on, but there are definitely changes. The other thing is, when Mars is here, you could be driving willpower and passion to achieve something in that work and career space. It's quite exciting, passionate, and visible, blessed by Venus up there, blessed by Mercury and Pluto up there as well. Pluto bringing power and wealth to the career space. And anything else I'd say about that? Not for now. We're going to be breaking down now the individual bits of the sky in what we're going to simply call the chronological order. There, I will just grab my notes, and I don't have a teleprompter. So we're going to do the notes on the old hanging on the wall here. Okay, so am I even in the frame of reference of my own camera because I'm looking at notes? I think I am. Hi, guys. All right, so let's go chronologically. Number one, just the backdrop of the whole month. There is starting the last week of January, first 2 weeks of February, there is a loose sextile between Saturn and Jupiter. Long story short, that sextile between Saturn and Jupiter is going to give you a feel-good vibe around the groups of friends you choose to hang out with, things that have to do with stabilizing your financial gain from your career, and also you just feeling really good about being in touch with your elder sibling, groups of belonging, people that benefit you in your career and purpose. And that's a general vibe, but it doesn't really come to a perfect sextile, and it won't indeed until 2080, and it was last summer. So I don't think it's that big a deal. The beginning of the month, Venus, the Lord of your sign, flows in a trine that I'm calling happy or lucky surprises. And that's going to be February 7th and 8th, a trine to Uranus. You are the one with the Uranus element inside of you. You are the rebel. You are the freedom seeker. You are the innovator, inventor. You are breaking through your old identities, etc. And at the same time, we see February 7th to 8th, Venus in Capricorn in your 9th house of academics, in your 9th house of foreign shores and travel and lands and book publishing, and court and legal matters favors you. And you get a happy surprise of some sort regarding all of those things I just itemized, February 7th to the 8th or so. Then we see that on February 10th, Well, let's also back it up. On February the 8th, 9th, we're going to see, 7th, 8th, 9th, a Mars sextiling Neptune. Mars in Capricorn, now visible as of the 27th of January, is flowing to a sextile flow of luck and ease to Neptune. This can look like a lucky travel opportunity or happy travel opportunity opening up for you around the 8th, 9th, and 10th. Do you take it then, maybe, or you plan it? Either one could be the case. Maybe involving a friend or some elder sibling type person in this travel, likely connected to a water destination for some of you. It can also look like a financial reward from a legal settlement, finally charging forward. On February 10th, around that time, Mercury, the communicator in Aquarius, squares Jupiter in your house of you. This can be a showdown of difficult conversations that need to happen by you as you carry your energetic optimism, faith, and hope into that conversation with a difficult coworker, colleague, boss story. You're having a conversation that may not be easy, but don't worry about it. You've got so much power here because you have Jupiter in the house of you, and you have a stellium of planets in Aquarius, including benefic Venus, who finds solutions and peace treaties and ease and ways around the problem. So you're looking at uniting energy as well as separating. There's a little feistiness in this conversation from whoever it comes, a boss, a colleague or coworker, but just a bit of a bobble around February the 10th. February the 13th, Venus will flow to Neptune. So Venus is moving through Capricorn at this point, still your 9th house, and flowing to Neptune in your 11th house. This could be very good news, again, about travel. We just saw that same flow between Mars and Capricorn and Neptune, now Venus. Again, it can look like travel to a foreign country, opportunities to plan that trip, good information or news coming through around, well, I wouldn't say news, just travel opportunities coming through the sky here. Especially if you want to get away from it all, like away from it all, kind of take a trip away from it all, right? You need a vacation. This is a time. February 13th is also Valentine's Day-ish, right? So a dreamy connection around Valentine's Day with a spiritual event with your partner, a chance to travel abroad with your partner, a chance to do something romantic that involves the word foreign places. If you're an academic student in a university or college, something really sweet is happening here that really gives you a sense of alignment and a dreamy hopefulness about your longer range plans because it involves Venus, a benefic, in the house of schools and higher education. On February 13th to the 15th, we come into a Mars-Pluto conjunction, intense power, commander-in-chief, willpower, drive, ambition is present here. 13th to the 15th in the sign of Aquarius, where the Pluto party is happening between the 16th and the 19th. So we're getting a bit of that preamble just before the big Pluto party fully starts up. We're waiting for everyone else to arrive, right? So we're getting to the Pluto party. We're just waiting for Pluto party requires Venus to jump in on February 16th, and she's not quite there yet. But nonetheless, the 13th to the 15th, Venus gets there on the 16th. Speak English, Lori. The 13th to the 15th is simple. It's something that you're trying to accomplish, or the sky is trying to accomplish on your behalf, to completely power you up into a new level of either command, like authority. So you get like promoted to manager, you get the highest position you've ever wanted, you get like to be a dominating Martian force of success and passion and drive, or there's a definite turning point of some magnitude where you decide to quit a path completely, quit a job, quit a career, kind of transform death and rebirth, something in that career ambition space, so, you might stomp into the boss's office and say, I'm out of here, but you may be also stomping out of a career, not just a job. So there's some big intensity going on for many of you Taurus people at that time. Then we can also look at February 19th, where we have a conjoining of Chiron and the North Node in the house of addictions and self-undoing, your 12th house. This is a great opportunity to finally quit the problem. Whatever the problem is, this is going to either be an exacerbation of the wound on the 19th, where you realize, oh no, I woke up and I didn't remember how I got here. What did I do the night before? That's a drinking problem for some people. What is the thing you do that you know you shouldn't do that's undoing your life, right? Well, that's going to be changing anyway from the February 19th conjunction. Just be careful February 19th doesn't become, that story that people use in AA or something like, this is the worst it ever got. I hit the rock bottom, because you could rock bottom on some self-undoing or addiction on the 19th of February, give or take a day or two on either side. Now, on the other hand, you're also able to heal that problem area of your sky. It's also really important to think you might be taking a trip, because Rahu, North Node, that therefore is foreigner, Chiron is healing, a healing journey to a far off foreign place around the 19th of February that allows you to really come to terms with healing something really deep within yourself, and even aligning yourself with your truest purpose in life and your spiritual beliefs would be a good time to go to the ashram. And then we move into February 20th to the 23rd, Venus conjuncts Mars. Now, that's the cosmic lovers, and that's full of sexual passion and sizzle. It's super hot, but it can also be a battle between love and anger. So February 20th to 23rd in Aquarius, this can be an incredibly difficult blowout energy between the desire to leave something or separate from your job and a desire to reconcile or make it work out. It literally can look like you want to leave and your boss is trying to convince you to stay, or you want to stay and your boss is trying to convince you to leave. I don't know. So uniting and separating energies are in combat in a way. A conjunction can be difficult, but it can also mean love, romance, passion, and sexuality within the workplace. If you are a single Taurus, you may meet somebody in your career and reputation space and the sparks are flying. Would I go with this relationship long-term? I'm not sure, because Pluto's there and that can be forbidden love. And yes, it would be pretty forbidden if you were having a tryst with the boss or vice versa with an employee. So watch for that weird intensity around February 20th to the 23rd. And, Venus is your person, right? She's the Lord of your sign. She's going to try to bring you only good things, but she's in a difficult entanglement with Mars up at the top of the sky. So watch out for that. I'll be doing a whole separate video on that, but it can definitely be some challenges in the workplace for sure regarding love affair stories. And then February the 26th to the 28th, Mars squares off with Jupiter. Now, we already saw Mercury square Jupiter earlier on February 10th, where I said difficult work conversations, for example. Now we see another square to Jupiter in the house of you. You hold all the bounty cards. You are charming, magnetic, effusive, hopeful. You're carrying a large Jupiter vibe, right? You're looking for truth and wisdom. And then there's Mars in the workspace squaring you. There's that reputation space, someone slandering you, that workspace, someone combating you, competition. Are you in competition for a job? Honestly, a Mars in your 10th squaring Jupiter in your first could be you're just applying for a job and you're competing for the position. And honestly, you probably are going to get it because you have Venus up there saying yes. So it could just be a competitive moment regarding something in the job space, or it can be a very challenging moment where you're being confronted by some aggression or aggressive person or situation in the workspace as well. And then February 28th. On February 28th, Mercury, Sun, and Saturn co-join in a triple cazimi at 9 degrees of Pisces, very rare. Please look at my Mars webinar, my Mercury webinar. It's free in the description box below. You might want to come in and learn more about that, how to harness this very rare event. Now, Mercury, Sun, and Saturn all together in 9 degrees of Pisces is going to influence you Taurus's Sun, Moon, and Rising near 9 degrees, right? Give it like 5 degrees on either side, let's say. You're going to really feel this cazimi, but of course all Tauruses will feel it. And if it's your sun, it's about your career. If you're a Taurus moon, it's about maybe home and nest and body. And if it's a Taurus rising, about everything to do with you. Now, this triple conjunction, this cazimi, can be really importantly about an elder sibling or a friend who's an ally or benefactor, especially an elder friend. But you may also download some deep insight and wisdom about your long-range dreams and goals and plans for your life as a result of this cazimi. So you can harness it. Mercury rules commerce, and he is a ruler of your money luck house, which involves lottery tickets. And I'm going to say it wouldn't be a bad idea to buy a lottery ticket for you guys on February 28th. It could be the winner. And this cazimi energy of the 3 planets is flowing to Lord Jupiter, and it makes you very very, very lucky. You are lucky. So you are very lucky about windfalls, pennies from heaven, great assist from an elder sibling or a friend or ally as a benefactor on February the 28th, 2024. Thank you for listening, Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Don't forget my Patreon community gets early access ad-free. They get this on January the 23rd, and you would be also getting it without ads ahead of the crowd if you're a part of my $5 minimum tier Patreon. I have a special that ends January 31st. If you catch this video by then, 3 free courses with me if you sign up before the end of January, just even at the trial rate of $5. All right. And we have meetings, 3 meetings a month, and a bunch of other perks on the back end of my community. All right. Thanks, everyone. Have a wonderful February, you Taurus people. And I'm signing us off. I think I'm even not even looking at you guys. Take care. Bye-bye.